not going to go close. I just want to get a slightly different angle. I can't hear a thing. There's no sound. You would expect some kind of squealing or growling or fighting. I have no idea what's going on right now. There's movement. I can see a tail tip. He's coming out. Look at that tail. He's reversing. What is going on? What has he got? What has he got? Ooh, no, dust. Off. Yo. The surprises never stop in the bush. Suddenly there's more flies. As he ran into that hole, he would have flushed a lot of flies that tend to live in the entrance of the hole where warthogs and so forth burrow in. Now I can imagine at this moment, at this very second, as we're sitting here and he's sitting there, there's a little warthog or two so far back in the den that they've probably pushed a new chamber into that burrow. But it's worked, well, at least for now. He really wedged himself in there. It looked like he was struggling to get out for a second or two. So my gut feeling would be that whatever he was going for is safe. But that's just a feeling. It's not to say he won't go back in there. It's not to say he might yet emerge with dinner. Now he's digging. I've watched lions. Hello, Laura. And this is the beauty of guests that have been on many safaris with us. Laura, you're just saying that you believe that Tingana is the king of aardvark hunting. He's hunted a number of aardvark over the last year or so. Aardvark is a strange looking animal. It's an anteater. And very active at night. You don't see aardvark often in the day. In parts of the Kalahari you do. And they burrow deep in there, and I would think if there's an aardvark in there, it should get away from this guy. But then again, as you say, Laura, he is Johannesburg, where the one lion got himself stuck in the burrow. It couldn't get out, and got himself in there and then couldn't turn around to get out. There he goes again. There he goes again. Cheryl, you're wondering how deep are those holes? They can be very deep. Looking at this one, it's certainly been dug a few times before. Looking at the sand outside, I would guess in the region of that typical moment where you are elated and sad all at once. Not leopard, sorry. Warthog piglets in there. But what's the chance of that happening? That's dinner for him. Sad for the warthog, but this is life for a leopard. In the hunt, and shock and sometimes sadness in the kill. But Bart, you were just saying this is the best, most riveting TV you've ever seen, and I have to say that out loud because you said it. Excitement of the hunter looking for food and the mixed emotions you feel when the hunt happens. And something else I want to add to that is that emotion you couldn't have felt, couldn't have shared in the way you're doing right now if it wasn't live. This moment that you and I are sharing, we will remember perhaps for the rest of our lives. Back to this second, we would both remember the feeling that we had. Isn't that amazing? That's what Safari Live brings to you. And we hope to share a lot more of this with you on Nat Geo Wild in the future. Very good question, Suzette. Very pertinent to the moment as well. We're going to show you quickly. We're going to try and move just a little bit. So just to show you the sort of setting here. Suzette, you're asking if leopard always take their food up a tree. Tingana typically does hoist his kill or take it up a tree. There's a perfect tree in the back, big marilla tree. There's a nice fork for him to put the kill in or up there somewhere. So it's very possible he might take it up. But at the same time, as you said, yeah, lots of comments there, guys. Diana, Neka, just to mention a few names, saying how riveting and sort of exciting and sad and all the emotions that comes with this. I must, when I grow up one day, I will learn all the right words to be. Guys, just to warn you a little bit, this is not to sensationalize this at all, but obviously this leopard this is not a lion on a buffalo where it's a big bloody affair. This will be quick and easy. He's already eaten about a third of it. He'll finish all of it quite soon. And I always, after the kill, I don't think of this now as a baby warthog anymore. This was a baby warthog minutes ago. Now it is food for a leopard. It is part of the energy circle, and it is part of, for lack of a better description, the circle of life, which we all understand. Kate, very good observational question. I love those questions. Isn't it beautiful? Look at those eyes. Pupils are big now. It's late. It's getting dark around us. Asking why is he licking it as opposed to sort of just biting big chunks off. Those of you that joined us in October for Shadows Hunt would remember those hyenas. They almost swallowed that impala whole. You will see he's licking it sometimes to get just some of the blood off it or some of the smaller tissue off. He's got a very rough tongue. But look at how he's eating. You see he's using the side of his mouth. It's called the carnassial shears. I'm sure Hayden has showed you that a few times in the tent. Very interesting to see. But basically, basically, so the equivalent of your teeth to the back of your jaw, your molar teeth. In the leopard, those are sharp and they cut almost like scissors. Not almost like scissors. And that allows it to cut through bone, to cut through skin, cut through tissue. And very important, the canines, those long teeth that we think of. If you think of a leopard or a lion, you always think of the long teeth. The canines are very important for the hunt because that's what they grab on with. If they grab something by the throat, something bigger than a little warthog like that, let's say amazing. Yes, Davina, great question. We touched on it just now, but let me just reiterate. You were asking if there are other predators around at this time, and the call in the next 3.5 minutes, while you can join us, anything can happen. At least 5 or 10 feet. If they're running in here, you would hear that noise. Leopard, certainly lion, hyena, they all moving around, and not only moving around, but opportunistically listening and looking for opportunities like this to steal food if they can. Away. We weren't very close to him, we were busy catching up, and she ran away, so she was just maybe coming back into the den. And also the second thing, had she been in there, this hunt would have been very different. There would have been a lot of noise, and she would have fought for these youngsters as well. She would have slashed at him with her tusks. In fact, he might even have left her. African male leopard living in a wild and free as we talked about it, but brilliant that you guys have so many questions about what's going on. Cody, you're just asking again whether this is enough for a meal. I think I compared it earlier to I'd say adult warthog or impala would have, but then he would also feed on that for a day or two. Well, as with all safari, it's been an amazing time, and it's always fantastic to be in the bush, and it's just been brilliant. VM behind the camera, as always, we have a brilliant time together in the bush. This has been very special, and yeah, I'm going to go too much and talk too much. This is a danger that I have. For now, thank you Safari Live for being part of this real, as it happens, experience in the bush. And you know what, from all of you, I'm going to say a big thank you to Nat Geo Wild for getting us to Africa in this special way. What an experience. We will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.